Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to this very special vlog where we are going to check out the Dan Gable Wrestling Hall of Fame in beautiful Waterloo, Iowa. Now, the Dan Gable Wrestling Hall of Fame covers a wide array of elements from the combat sport. Everything from Greco-Roman wrestling to amateur wrestling to freestyle, Olympic wrestling, and of course, professional wrestling. So let's check out the Dan Gable Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum. And here you can see a list of some of the 2025 Hall of Fame inductees from the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame here. Speaking of pro wrestling, that's what started it all, folks. Frank Gotch and George Hackenschmidt. Beautiful. Now I just have to say, it is amazing. All of these singlets and trophies and gold medals and everything else they have on display here at Dan Gable's Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum. Speaking of Dan Gable, check out some of those shoes worn by the man himself. Wow, you talk about some legends. That mural is amazing. And hey, this is really cool. Check out this scorecard from the 1984 Olympic Games held in Los Angeles. And of course, no Wrestling Hall of Fame would be complete without your Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. Wow, look at that singlet. Look at the wear and tear. That's amazing. Just to think if that singlet could talk, I bet the tales it could tell. And how appropriate, they have an entire wing dedicated to the late, great Dave Schultz. Now, if you don't know Dave Schultz, one of the all-time great amateur wrestlers. Of course, it's a tragedy how his life ended. If you've ever seen the movie Foxcatcher, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if somebody deserved to have their own wing here at the Dan Gable Wrestling Museum, it is definitely Dave Schultz. Oh, baby. This is what we came for. Let's check out the George Tragos and Lou Thesz Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. And what's really cool here is you can see some of the lifetime members that are part of the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame here. What's that I spy? Check it out. It's our buddy Simply Nicholas, who is a lifetime member here as part of the Hall of Fame. And I tell you, if anybody should be a part of this with their pure love for the sport of pro wrestling, it's Nicholas. Wow, check out this event shirt from the Mark Curtis Memorial Show that they put on in the late 90s. And speaking of memorial shows, there's a shirt from the Brian Pillman Memorial Show that they put on in 2000. And hey, you may recognize this robe. This is the former robe worn by your current Raw General Manager, Adam Pearce. Oh, this case is gorgeous. Look at these gorgeous championship belts. That belt buckle from the NWA. You got the AWA Tag Team Championship. And look at this belt. It's got to be from like the 50s or something, man. It's just amazing to see how championship belts has evolved over the years in the worlds of pro wrestling. Oh, baby, check it out. We got a Thunderbolt Patterson shirt as well as Thunderbolt Patterson's worn boots, man. That's so cool. And speaking of cool, look at this singlet from Curt Hennig. Of course, that was in the early days of his career. And look at this sword that was awarded to Lou Thesz. And there you see Lou Thesz's wrestling boots. Man, how amazing. And they've got plenty of other boots on display here as well at the Dan Gable Wrestling Museum. And one cool boot, I think, is check out this gold boot statue that was once owned by Harley Race. And of course, right next to that, you got the Mask of Mr. Wrestling 2, a Vern Gagne board game. Oh, this is like the gift that keeps on giving. Wow, look at this picture of Lou Thesz and Bob Hope. Oh, and this is so cool. And no, I'm not talking about the lame Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy. Look at this picture of over 12,000 fans in attendance at the Milwaukee Stadium to see a show in the 1950s. Incredible. And speaking of incredible, look at this canvas signed by so many wrestling greats. Whoa, check out this New Japan Pro Wrestling jacket. I mean, this probably is from the early days of when New Japan was founded in the 1970s. Oh my gosh, look at all these programs they have. I mean, I'm speechless looking at all of this amazing pieces here at this Hall of Fame. It's just blowing my mind. And check out that 2x4 signed by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, tough guy. And speaking of amazing, this is the trunk once owned by Frank Gotch. Could you imagine going town to town with all of your belongings in this massive trunk? Just to think, man. It's just, I'm telling you, I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. God, I love this place. And for you modern fans, they even have a spinner belt on display as well as the $1 Million Championship. And look at this sculpture of French wrestler Maurice Tillett. That is beautiful. And check out this poster featuring Gorgeous George, a movie Gorgeous George was in. And this is really cool. Look at this interactive display. You can just look up a wrestler by their name and their bio pops up. Oh, I need that Nikita Koloff shirt in my life. That's incredible. Speaking of incredible, look at this Wrigley Field poster. I tell you, this is incredible. Like, just the history in here, like especially with the beginnings of professional wrestling. Like, this truly is awe-inspiring. Just to see stuff from Hackenschmidt and Frank Gotch and later on Lou Thez and my goodness, the Briscoes. I'm just in awe. Like, this is one of the coolest experiences I think I've ever had. It just makes me clamor so bad that there should be like a truly just pro wrestling Hall of Fame. But you know what? This is the closest thing we may have to a physical one, and I can tell you something here. It is phenomenal. Another cool thing they have here at the Dan Gable Museum is the Robert Buckley Theater. Check this out. It's a theater where you can go in and you can watch old wrestling footage, whether it's like NCAA championships, Dan Gable, and of course, professional wrestling. So, you know, we're going to check that out. And man, the choices, they're so hard to choose, but this is awesome. Let's check this out.
The masked man who came down to the ring with Dusty Rhodes moves out of the ring after the masked man. And Patterson after him. Whoever this man is rolls back into the ring. Dusty Rhodes attacking Thunderbolt Patterson on the ring apron. Now the masked man. Thunderbolt Patterson trying a headbutt blocked by Dusty Rhodes. Don Carson has left the ring area. Dusty Rhodes outside moves back inside the ring. Thunderbolt Patterson pounding away. He wants that Southern Heavyweight Championship. He wants to settle the score with Dusty Rhodes. The chop to the throat has Rhodes on the canvas. Patterson moving in again. Rhodes trying to back away now. Backing away again. Patterson continues to move in. Thunderbolt Heavyweight Championship. A ripping right hand to the midsection. Tries again for the headbutt again. Blocked by Dusty Rhodes. And so one of the most potent weapons that Thunderbolt Patterson has at his disposal thus far.
And of course, you know, they got the Dan Gable Learning Center here, which is an amazing training facility where you can come and learn about the beautiful sport of wrestling. I mean, my goodness, if these mats can talk, think of all the amazing, incredible talent that's probably been through these hallowed halls. Well, I gotta say, this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I am truly humbled and blessed to check out the Dan Gable Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum. If you're anywhere near the Waterloo, hell, it doesn't even matter if you're far away. You gotta check out the Dan Gable Wrestling Museum. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this vlog. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.